We can talk about the MAGA base. Already, it's been somewhat divided over Trump's decision to bomb Iran.
Why should you go die in a foreign land?
Who are you to jam us into this situation?
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
And recently, things have really been fired up over Jeffrey Epstein. What is it about the Epstein issue that really has this seemingly going deep into MAGA identity?
The MAGA movement has embraced conspiracy theories, of whom the most important is QAnon. QAnon asserts that there's a pedophiliac ring that runs the world through connections of financiers and politics connected to the Clintons and the Democratic Party. But it turns out there was a pedophiliac ring which got away with tons of abuses, but it's quite connected to Donald Trump himself. Ergo, if you've been saying, we're really willing to have kids starve over there and to have tariffs that crash the global economy, but the one thing that we don't accept is abuse of young white girls. I think this is key. It's the abuse of young white girls from lower middle class backgrounds, i.e. potentially Trump voting backgrounds. And therefore, we're cracking down on those horrible, morally bankrupt elites and establishment who are doing this, who are supposed to just be coastal Democrats. But it turns out that it was Trump.
You're making a very big thing over something that's not a big thing.
I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats.
Talk about Clinton. Talk about the former president of Harvard.
He doesn't like to see Democrats and the mainstream media covering this like it's the biggest story that the American people care about.
Only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going.
Trump said, I know this guy Epstein. He likes beautiful women, sometimes on the younger side. But there's nothing wrong with that. We have him on tape saying this. In 2023, Don Jr. said, release the list. If Donald was there, this exposes in a MAGA lens the degree of his hypocrisy. Many people in MAGA would say he may be a bad businessman. He may even be corrupt, but he's not a hypocrite. He says, I don't care about screwing the economy. We're just going to have ICE raid these Home Depots and kick people out. I said it, and I'm doing it. I said I was going to do these tariffs. Even if it doesn't bring back manufacturing jobs, I'm doing it. I said I wasn't going to make wars in the Middle East. I did the bunker buster and I ended the war. Those things are policy things that they can disagree with, but they're not exposing of Trump as a complete hypocrite. If Trump is on this Epstein list and he's caught lying about it, this very much undermines the way in which Trumpian conspiratorial stuff plays out. It would be like if RFK was found to have vaccinated all of his kids and believes in extra vaccines to protect them. That degree of hypocrisy is quite different than the transactionalism and corruption and even sexism and rape and sexual harassment, which Trump supporters expect of Donald. In other words, yes, we know he gropes women, but that's because he's an alpha male. This would showcase a degree of hypocrisy that the MAGA cannot accept. It crumbles their worldview. This shows him as a hypocrite to his own values and base. So we're going to be hearing about Epstein, to my mind, all the way to the midterms and even through them.